Shut up. Charlie. Yeah, I kicked him. Can you put me a party leader? I'm streaming right now. What do you mean? Look at the last one. Yay, ready up! Change it to duos and ready up. Jeez, how long do you take? Just hurry up. It hurts so bad. Huh. Well, then just don't do it, 'cause I'm not waiting an hour. I'm watching YouTube. And size doesn't matter.
Hi guys, you should never underestimate the opponent. Even the most ordinary looking person can be more agile, stronger, and smarter than you. The same happens in sport. Today on UFAC channel, we will show you 5 situations where fighters underestimate their opponents and what came of it. Everyone knows the famous Russian strongman, Fedor Emelianenko, but sometimes his opponents were even greater giants than he is. For example, Zulu Sinho, whose weight is 185 kilograms and his height is 2 meters. This is a significant advantage in height and weight, but let's watch the fight.
Oh my gosh, that's it. Oh no! Oh no! Square right on the chin, not the breakdown. Quick, that's one of the quickest left hands I think I've ever seen thrown by Fedor. And Fedor Emelianenko absolutely machine.
Fedor needed just 26 seconds to knock out Zulu, who was undefeated before that moment. Emmanuel Yarborough was the biggest Samoista in the world and a fighter in the fighting without rules. One day, he won just having crushed the enemy with his weight. Daiju Take's, weighing 94 kilograms, was the smallest of his opponents. Take's was avoiding contact with Yarborough, who incidentally weighed 272 kilograms, and earned a yellow card for inaction.
No one, size doesn't matter in MMA.
However, a failed takedown made Daiju find himself over Emmanuel on the floor that allowed him to win over the heaviest Samoista in the world. Bob Sapp, though he was given the nickname the Beast, has not the best reputation. He tries to get into fights with minimal losses. In this fight, Sapp met with experienced Kyoshi Tamari, who is famous for being able to fight back anyone in a stand and in the stalls. You have to simply look at this list of fights and victories to understand the threat posed by Tamira.
Well, then just don't do it.
Attacked Tamira, and Tamira was knocked out in 11 seconds. Huge difference in size has brought its fruits, even in fights with such experienced and strong fighters. Akahisa Minowa is known as the killer of giants in MMA. Despite the huge difference in weight and height, he won incredible victories. Perhaps the giant Silva was the biggest opponent of this Japanese. The growth of the Brazilian is simply unreal, 230 centimeters, and his weight is about 200 kilograms. Interestingly, Manoa was dominating during the whole fight. He was able to knock the giant down to the ground, and there he finished him off with kicks.
Just like in boxing, you can soften a guy.
I don't know.
With some knee strikes.
And now he's going left and right with the knees to the head, to the body.
Kyle Maynard was born with congenital amputation of the limbs. Despite this, he wrestled and even conquered Kilimanjaro. In 2007, Kyle participated in the Battle of MMA. His opponent was the two-legged and two-handed Brian Fry.
I'm looking for Kyle to probably close the distance here and look for a takedown.
I went into a game. Jeez.
Despite this advantage, Maynard lasted the entire battle.
Well, why did I?
He was credited to Fry. Maynard is
Jeez, just make up your mind.
So we can conclude that size doesn't matter. Write in the comments what fight you think is the most incomparable in...
Well, I just joined a game for no
Hi
reason.
friends, you are watching the UFAC channel. Today we're going to take a cool test and find out what your girlfriend will look like. Answer the questions honestly, and in the end, you will know what you should expect in the future. So, all you need is a sheet of paper and a pen. Choose the answer that is right for you and write down the letter corresponding to it. Let's start. Question 1. How often do you sit at the computer? A. Very rarely. B. Only while studying or working. C. I like to hang out on YouTube or Facebook. D. Once a day, but for several hours. E. I eat, sleep, live at the computer. I don't need anyone else. Let's go on. Question 2. What do you like to do? A. Meet with friends and relax. B. Watch my favorite TV series. C. I have a hobby and I devote all my free time to it. D. Computer games. E. Everything, but I do it at the computer only.